The European Union's four biggest economies say they'll resume their rollout of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine. Germany, France, Italy and Spain had stopped distributing the injection after reports of blood clots among some people who received the shots. But according to regulators, data show the vaccine is just as safe as others on the market. Tayyibe Aydin reports.
The rollout of one of the world's most widely available COVID-19 vaccines hit a sudden snag this week. More than a dozen, mostly European countries halted the use of the AstraZeneca jab over concerns it was causing blood clots. EU health regulators are now saying those fears are unfounded, putting the vaccine's rollout back on track.
This vaccine is safe and effective in preventing COVID-19, and its benefits continue to be far greater than its risks. PROC has found no evidence of a quality or a batch issue.
More than 17 million people have received the AstraZeneca vaccine in the UK and European Union. Fewer than 40 cases of blood clots have been reported so far. And before the EU findings were released, the World Health Organization had already said there was no evidence linking the vaccine to health problems.
We do not find an association between these events and the vaccine because the rates at which these events have occurred in the vaccinated group are in fact less than what you would expect in the general population at the same time.
Australia, Belgium and the UK did not suspend the jab in their inoculation drives. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson says people should remember who the real enemy is.
The thing that isn't safe is catching COVID, which is why it's so important that we all get our jabs as soon as our turn comes.
The EU's findings are a big win for AstraZeneca and its partner Oxford University. But some experts say the controversy could cause more people to balk at getting vaccinated, at a time when governments are trying hard to speed up COVID-19 inoculation drives. Tayyibe Aydin, TRT World.
Dr. Muhammad Munir is a virologist at Lancaster University in the UK. He says there's plenty of evidence to show the AstraZeneca vaccine is safe.
When we have such kind of situation, I think the only way to come out of this whole problem is to look onto the data, because basically when these vaccines were being trialed, they've been halted at several points, and those been resumed only after looking at the data. So the precautionary measures that are being taken, I think it's understandable, but I think these are not informed by the realities. And the reality is that the blood clots are very common in the general population. 1 in 1,000 people per year get the blood clot anyways. What happens is that when somebody is vaccinated, they are extra cautious, and when they are observing any kind of abnormal situation, whether it is because of the vaccine or it's because of the normal and the natural process, those are reported. And we have not seen the blood clots into the clinical trial, which was conducted on 40,000 people. And the proportion in 17 million vaccinated people is significantly lower than what you see normally into the population. So based on my statistic, it does not make any sense that there is any correlation between the AstraZeneca vaccine and the blood clot.
We know that these vaccines, including the AstraZeneca one, were developed in record time. They perhaps weren't as extensively trialled as other vaccines have in the past. Is there a chance that perhaps we didn't learn about this blood clot situation in those clinical trials last year?
Well, Oscar, this is a really important point, and I think what I would like to highlight here is that although the vaccine has been developed in record time, but our knowledge about the technology itself and taking the spike protein is spanning for 17 years. So the whole story is not just for 1 year. And when the clinical trials are conducted, all of the side effects or any kind of abnormalities are observed during the trial, particularly in phase 1 and phase 2 trial. Those are reported into the database, and those are looked into before any informed decision is made, because the phase 3 trial is informed by the phase 1 and phase 2 trial, and those observations have not been observed during those trials. So therefore it's less likely that it is really the concern, but of course there is a back of the head concern that it's been developed for relatively shorter time.
We know the AstraZeneca vaccine is one of 2 being rolled out in the UK where you are at the moment. The other vaccine is, of course, the Pfizer-BioNTech one. The fact that it has been distributed to hundreds of thousands, millions of people already in the UK, have you heard any reports of these blood clots happening in your country?
Yes, these reports are there, and those are not different in the people who were vaccinated with the Pfizer vaccine or with the AstraZeneca vaccine. So this clearly indicates that there is no correlation between the vaccine. And also, out of the 25 million people who have been already vaccinated here in the UK, at least with the first dose, the blood clot that has been observed in those population compared to the one those been not vaccinated isn't any significantly different. So it's rather lower than what we normally observe. So therefore, I don't really think that there is a genuine concern, and that has been witnessed by the European Medicine Agency, WHO, and also the MHRA here in the UK to reassure the vaccines are safe to roll out.